SimWorld presents Around the Table with E and the Fat Man.
What's up, everybody? It's me, it's the B.O.B., and I am here with my man, E. How are you doing today?
I still don't know how to feel after yesterday, Bob. I'm drained.
I know.
Wasn't ready for that.
The culmination of our season where Beast of the East took down Southeast Select. It was a crazy ending to a game. I can't believe it ended the way it did. But regardless, Beast of the East are the Race to One champions for SimWorld Hoops Season 1. This is Around the Table with E and the Fat Man. That is E. I am the Fat Man, and this is the podcast where we talk about whatever we want. Today, we're going to talk about, obviously, the Race to One. This is our wrap-up show for the Race to One. We're going to take a look back at our brackets, see who did a better job. I think I was perfect. I'm pretty sure. We'll find out,
Yeah,
but I think I was
maybe
perfect.
Missed one. Maybe you might have missed one. First rounder or something.
Yeah, maybe something like that. But, yeah, how are you feeling on yours, E?
I think I did okay. I mean, look, everybody's bracket gets busted. Mine too. But look, I had Beyond the Arch going deep, and that didn't quite happen. But I feel like I did okay on my overall picks. So I don't know. We can kind of take a review here, but the biggest thing is definitely action this year in the Race to One was pretty dramatic. I mean, let's be honest. It's going to be hard for future years to live up to that.
Oh yeah, I mean, you never expect we'll say for one, Southeast Select took a 15-point lead into the fourth quarter, and they just absolutely offensively and defensively, both sides of the ball, they kind of collapsed there in the fourth, near the end of the fourth. I'll say that. I think Beast of the East scored something like 11 points in about a minute, and that's just unacceptable.
And they did, and let's give the Beast their credit too. I mean, particularly, I think I want to call out three players. Fareed Redmond, I don't know, was he officially declared MVP of the game? He probably should have been. He powered them to that win, no doubt about it. But also, KPJ, Team Porter Jr., hitting some clutch threes in that fourth quarter, I thought was huge. He didn't have a big statistical game or wasn't one of the leaders from, opening tip till the end of overtime, but had some key contributions. And then Levin Cutler, 16 years old, coming back next year, probably not talked about enough this year as one of the top bigs. And really he was. I mean, for offensive skill, I'm not sure outside of Lorenzo Phenom, another scoring big, I would say is got more game, has got more, just high end potential than Levin Cutler does. He was a monster too for them. He was, consistently there banging around when they were getting down by double digits. He was kind of keeping them around in this. So, hey, look, Southeast Select's a lot to talk about, but let's not forget that Beast came and took this too. It wasn't just given away. Beast came and took it.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, that 24-9 fourth quarter absolutely set the tone for the overtime period. With that, where we ended with that head scratching 2-point conversion. Can you imagine, double overtime would have been even more amazing. But I do want to point out. Go ahead, E.
I was just going to say, poor Terrell Pearson. First of all, not his fault. He got put in the game. A lot of people upset about Gabe Pope, defensive stopper, not being in there. And look, I think he should have been in there for sure at the end of regulation. I honestly think that it's not as black and white for the overtime period. Terrell Pearson do some things that Gabe can't, particularly on the offensive end. Now,
I don't know. Gabe Pope showed up a little bit in the championship game. I think they're in good hands next year.
Look, I like Gabe Pope. He's a great defender. He's a good player, but I've watched Terrell Pearson for 2 years. Some world veteran now, bigger, taller player, good player, and can score. He's just more of a bucket than Gabe Pope was this year. And I think if you watch them, Gabe had a nice last game, offensively even, but you watch those guys over the course of the season, you're probably going to go to Terrell Pearson when you need points too. So I get it for that, particularly after they fell behind in overtime. But some controversy with leaving Gabe on the bench, certainly for the end of regulation and then for all of overtime, surprised some people. And then that 2-point shot he took, somebody probably needs to interview Terrell. Maybe needs to give him a little bit of space so he can, deprocess himself, whatever you want to call it. But I literally think that was a strange possession. Southeast took too much time off the clock to
Yeah.
begin with.
Oh, yeah.
And I almost think Terrell saw himself with the shot clock, the game clock below 1 second. Was like, I just got to gun this shot up, and did, and made it.
Yeah,
but
absolutely.
Needed to take a big step backwards before you take that one up. I don't know. Tough spot to put Terrell in, where you end up with the ball in his hands with no time on the clock, and he's just got to gun that thing. And I don't know. I have some sympathy from Terrell Pearson this morning. Not his fault they lost that game, and a good SimWorld career for him coming to an end. He'll go on and he'll shine in college. But hey, look, something else we haven't talked about here. I've been talking about it. I talked about it during the chat on YouTube, on SimWorld YouTube, during the game, and then I posted about it afterwards, is Southeast Select, the Buffalo Bills of SimWorld. They have now been to both title games, including in the first year of this game, and this the first race to one. They have made it to the championship both times. Trey Turner playing for a title and coming up short, and Trey won't get any more chances. Brett Lee will be back, but are you the Jim Kelly and Marv Levy of SimWorld Hoops? The thought does come to mind.
Yeah, I was. Go ahead.
That's just shocking to me. That's just shocking to me that Trey got to the title game both times and came up short both occasions.
Yeah, you hurt me a little bit when you brought up the Vikings as well yesterday. And
I know.
And
they come to mind too.
Yeah,
I could have said Bud Grant and Fran Tarkenton, right? So,
but yeah, I mean, but still, big shout out to Coach Bradley for back-to-back championship games.
Oh yeah.
It's extremely tough to do. But I will say one thing,
and it has to sting so
it
much.
Does. It has to.
Ahead, Bob.
Being right
what's
there.
The one thing? What's the main thing?
Despite Trey Turner's amazing game, Kadarius Loftus still holds the 3-point record and the points in a game record for this season.
Hey, I remember Kadarius and it was Bryce, wasn't it? Didn't Bryce James have one monster 3-point outburst? I think.
Yeah, I think he was
Barkley
I think it was Barkley James, and I think it was. Did he go? Was he like 8 for 8 or 9 for 9 or something like that?
Yeah,
something crazy.
Yeah,
but
absolutely crazy.
Yeah, but it's looking at the two championship games that Southeast Select has been in, it has to really hurt knowing that both games have been lost by a combined total of 5 points.
Yeah. And it was, and for people who weren't around in the first season of SimWorld, Southeast was kind of like this year, great team all season long, top ranked, and then charged onto that championship game, and then Pacific Northwest. We're now reigning Trays. Am I right about that? Yes, I believe Pacific Northwest became.
That's Cascadia. Seattle.
Cascadia?
Yeah.
Seattle. Okay. Well, anyway, Pacific Northwest was there, and they were beating Trays. I'm wanting to call them Trays now because of Trey Turner. They were beating Southeast fairly handily until Trey went nuts in the fourth quarter. It was almost a mirror image of what we had this season, where Southeast made the big push, but just came up a little bit short. Didn't have enough time on the clock as Trey was hitting everything he took. And, of course, we saw the opposite of that in this one, where particularly for Reed Redmond, with a little bit of help of Cassine Porter Jr. Coming alive in that fourth quarter to make that big rally. But, man, yeah, I was talking this up yesterday too, Bob. Bradley doesn't get talked about in the same way that, Coach Drayton, Tim Bellardi, and Myron Murray and some of these guys get talked about, I don't think. But I think you absolutely have to put him in that top tier of coaches. Just makes the championship game every year, right? How can you not put him there? And at the same time, man, it hurts.
Yeah, absolutely.
I've been there. I've been there in my athletic life. It hurts. Climb to that mountaintop and then get gut punched when you're up on there. So, hey, look, they have those 3 6'10" kids coming back, assuming Coach Lee can convince them to come back next year. You're talking, Kadarius Stack, Keandre Baldridge, Manasseh Warnick. You got a nice core to build around there. I'll be interested to see what they do next season. But, man, until and unless Brett Lee gets a title, that is just going to be an albatross around his neck, or I don't know. Let me use some more metaphors. Anybody ever read Edgar Allan Poe? It's going to be that telltale heart beating below his floorboards, just going ba-dum, ba-dum, Boom. It's going to be there until he wins.
Oh,
Sorry,
yeah.
It is Coach Lee. It just is.
Well, you know what, E? We alluded to it a little bit in the beginning of the show. How about we take a look at our brackets and see how we fared?
Oh, do it. Do it. Throw them up. Put them on the glass, Bob.
Well, if we take a look here, I was perfect.
By the way, I got to explain my reference now because the kids aren't going to get it. So, but if you do recall or have any cultural knowledge of the Sir Mix-a-Lot "Baby Got Back" song, "Put 'Em on the Glass" was also off the same album that "Baby Got Back" was on. And if "Baby Got Back" was sort of a tribute to butts, you can probably guess what part of the anatomy "Put 'Em on the Glass" is about. But anyway, yeah, Bob, show me. Get our picks up. Run me through them. Let's enjoy the glory and the shame.
You know, I don't think these kids. I mean, unless you're talking about like, I don't know. Man, I couldn't even think of any musical artists nowadays that kids would know. Denzel Curry. Do you have any quotes for things that will make people think about him? Probably not. I don't know.
probably not as much. No, I was going through my roster of everybody named Lil. Everybody's Lil these days. You got Lil Peep. You got Lil Uzi Vert,
Lil Baby, the Baby, Lil Baby, the Baby, everything.
Yeah, Lil Baby,
Little Bitty Baby. I don't know, something like that. Anyways, well, E, we're looking at our brackets here. So in that first round, I think that we both did not do a great job in the Legacy Conference.
No, might have struggled there a little bit, Bob.
We both had Rocky Mountain heading on to... We had them getting to just before the championship game. So...
Look, it wasn't just us. They busted a lot of brackets going out early. That was not just us. So I think that if nothing else, we can take a little solace in company there, right? Like we're not alone.
Yeah, I don't feel like many people had Bad Boys basketball upsetting them in the first round at all.
Not a ton.
Hey, you got through. You got through in the next game. Beast of the East over Run DMV. Give you a little check mark there. You did a great job, and you even had them. Well, you had them beating Beast of the East, but whatever. You still got that one right?
Yeah. I'll take my little bits of glory where I can. But Run DMV. I know a lot of people were high on them coming into the season, and Coach Murray won Coach of the Year, and he won it for a reason. But what I'll say is that don't forget DMV. As much as they overperformed start of season expectations, and they did. The thing not to forget about them is that they were up and down all year, and that's why I didn't have them going very far in the race to one. I just couldn't.
You didn't have them going anywhere, E. What are you talking about?
But I just couldn't see them. I just couldn't see them advancing. Beyond. Okay, maybe they're going to win a game or two DMV and make me look bad at that point, but they're just not going to make it to the end of this. I was confident of that, of them not going far.
Yeah, no, for sure. It's like I said, I had DMV beating Beast of the East, but then I had DMV losing in the next round anyways, so I guess it's not too much from me. But hey, you had Beyond the Arch. Obviously, you had Beyond the Arch doing a lot in this race to one. I mean, you had them beating the Originators. You had them beating Gotham 5. You had them beating what would have been Rocky Mountain. And then you had them losing to Southeast Select. So I do think our Legacy Conference. I mean, we'll wash this. The Legacy Conference doesn't count. I had the Originators getting past Beyond the Arch in that first round, but I did not have them making it past Gotham 5, which into the next one, we both had Gotham 5 taking down Reigning Trays, and we were both wrong.
Lit off on that one.
A little bit off on that.
Trays, the Trays didn't go much further, obviously. Well, maybe any further. But can't deny that they came out and played a great game against G5, got that big upset win, deserved it.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, our Legacy Conferences, there's a whole lot of red on my screen right now. I had the Originators winning one. You had Beast of the East winning one. And that is as far as it looks like we got in the Legacy Conference. Period.
Yeah. Well,
let's take it. And I had Gotham 5 winning the championship, so that's a big old X for me.
Yeah. Yep. Tough to go out in the first round with your tournament winner.
Yeah. Oh man. So Legend Conference, we fared a little bit better. in the Legend Conference. Actually, I'll go back to what I said. I think we actually both got one right. Period in the Legacy Conference at this point. You had BC East winning that one. I said you had two. I'm not good with math, and I put a green check mark somewhere I shouldn't have. So you got one, I got one. Someone can double check our math later.
Yeah.
And we jump to the Legacy Conference. We'll go with the obvious here. We both had Southeast Select going all the way to that championship game.
Yeah.
And what did not happen was you had them winning. I had them losing. So that's a good on my end. But you had them winning the whole thing. They came within 2 points. 2 points. They came within what? I don't know, probably like 5 feet of tying the game up.
Yeah,
they came within
one
substitution that should not have happened. One substitution that should not have happened to have taken this race to one a completely different way. But here we are. So, again, we both had Southeast Select doing some big things. We both had, and I'm kind of surprised here, we both had Bay Area picking up the win over Showtime. I'm surprised that you picked Bay Area to win in that game, but you know what? We were both wrong, so.
No, again, well, look, Bay Area had really been stumbling down the stretch. So, there was reasons to kind of doubt them, but then on the other side, I mean, look, that matchup, that first round matchup was, the wounded Tigers battling, to see who would live another day. Showtime obviously losing Bronny James. I mean, that's a crushing blow for any team, right? The SimWorld Player of the Year, gone. Shortly before the tournament starts, gone now. I mean, that was one where I kind of felt like whoever I picked, I knew again, like that team wasn't going to win the title this year.
Yeah, no, for sure. And then, hey, we stuck together on the H-Town Yacht Club train there. I mean, we both had them upsetting H-Town in the first round. We both had them winning in the second round, which they did not.
No, but they put up a good fight, and I got to say, Yacht Club really came on over the course of this year. I mean, the additions and the emergences of Adam Max and Suno Chapa, team that look, they're going to lose Dominic Bianco. They're going to lose some talent.
Wait, hold on. You said I think you mixed some teams up there. You confused me. You started throwing out Suno Chapa and stuff. That's a completely different team.
Oh, right. That's Gulf Coast, isn't it?
He completely threw me. I was like, what is going on here? It is 12:30. You should not be drinking yet.
Suno's on my mind. Suno's on my mind. Good player who I tried to recruit to Gotham 5 on our Discord. And by the way, our SimWorld Discord is discord.gg/SimWorld NBA. You got to be on there. That's where everything happens. That's where I tried to get Suno to maybe come north to New York City. I at least threw the idea out there. But no, you are right. He, of course, is with Gulf Coast. Excuse me. But to take the action back and to throw the comments back on the Miami-based Yacht Club train, their emergence was special. It was another one of those same kind of matchups where, the arrow was pointing up for Yacht Club, arrow pointing down for H-Town, who at one point I think people were thinking of as maybe a race to one, contender earlier this year, the way they were playing. So, good result for the Yacht Club, I think. I think they can build on what they created this year and, see what they're going to bring back next season. And the next SimWorld season, we get going pretty soon, too.
Absolutely. And, our last game in E, I think, unless there's a whole lot of drawings on this, and I'm not very good at deciphering it all, but I think that I may have won the around the table brackets by one because I decided that APAC's season was not over in the first round. You picked Best Coast Ballers to go. I picked APAC to win one. But obviously, I was still wrong because I figured the Yacht Club was going to... I thought the Yacht Club had a chance to upset Southeast Select, but they didn't get there because APAC was not having it at all.
No.
They came together at the right time.
I'm so impressed with how APAC ended the season. And look, it was that, Kai Newby and the Reyes's, not to mention Coach Reyes, Filipino. I don't know if a lot of people, maybe in the U.S. anyway, realize how big the Philippines is into basketball, how good their pro league is over there, and
Yeah,
how much it's culturally part of the Filipino sports scene. But it is, and those guys crashed the party in a major way this
absolutely.
year. Obviously, didn't make it to the championship game, fell a little bit short of that, but outside of the two teams that did play yesterday to decide the title, I think clearly you give APAC that bronze medal for third best team, third best story to come out of the race to one, no doubt about it.
Oh, for sure, absolutely. I mean, it was overall it was just a great race to one altogether, and I'm pretty happy about the way that it all went down. It was exciting from start to finish, and I'm looking forward to next season.
Yeah, me too for sure.
Well, I know a little bit of a shorter episode today. Is there anything you want to tell the people?
Hey, we don't have to take this longer than it has to be. Season's over. Wrapped it up. You know what happened. Beast of the East, congratulations. You deserve it. What a comeback yesterday. Talking about comeback, make sure to come back for the next season of SimWorld Hoops. I know there's going to be some new wrinkles
Oh, yeah. Uncovered, unwrinkled,
unfurled, maybe
ironed out.
That's where I was going. But I was like, wait, does that even work? Anyway, there will be some new features, some new bells and whistles for everybody to play with. Everybody's going to like that. Want to see what happens with this talented crop of 16-year-olds coming back, and want to see what's going to happen with some of these coaches. We already got some movement. Coach Skinny Washington moving out of Heartland announced today, going down to Queen City. Queen City topping my list of disappointments this year, as they should have been a race to one squad, but didn't get it done. So maybe Coach Skinny can turn things around there. But there's going to be a lot more happening. There's going to be a lot more coach movement, player movement. There's going to be new names. There are going to be guys who you're going to know everything about their game here in a few months, and you don't even know their name right now. Yep. It's all going to happen.
Yeah, Coach Kusa stepped down from Beyond the Arch today too.
Oh, Coach Kusa, I know, and that's been a SimWorld Hoops. He feels like he's part of the foundation here. So we'll see what happens with Coach K going back to Finland, sticking in the game, maybe find another team. I don't know. We're going to find out. But hey, the most important thing is thanks for being with us. We appreciate you all. We appreciate you all out there listening to this show. Appreciate you all being a part of SimWorld. And if you didn't get in the game this year, be there next year. You're missing out.
Absolutely. We appreciate you guys listening as always, and hope you guys have a good rest of your weekend.
Later, folks.